Hey guys, how you doing? So as you see, totally hijacking Randy's style video in the car. I just happened to be doing the laundry run, and I'm gonna use the time in the car waiting for the laundry to do a little talk about the Strider SJ75 baby Huey. I think baby Huey. I wanted this knife for a long time. Ever since they came out, I fell in love with it. It was the only Strider ever that I liked. Never liked really any other Striders except this one. And the reasons: it's small, it's nice, concealable, sleek, good looking. You know, it doesn't have that ugly handle like the Striders. Ugly by my opinion, because it's not my taste. So got my attention right away. Never been a fan of hollow grind. I'm gonna talk about it later. So I got lucky. My very good friend Jeff Tough Thumbs, he bought it for me or traded or whatever, you know. He got it for me as a gift, which was very cool of him. Big surprise. A very cool presentation of the surprise. It was kind of funny, and I like it. It's light, it's sleek, it's very comfortable, it's sharp, it's ground to a thin edge. Now, as Randy solo knife reviews, if you want, go watch his little review about this knife. He pointed out that the edge is ground nice and thin, and yes, it is. Only thing is, because of the hollow grind, main reason why I don't like hollow grind is, you know, the deeper you cut, the edge gets wider and wider. The angle, the geometry of the edge, the angle, the grind goes, it gets wider and wider. Now, it's good that it is ground to a nice thin edge, reasonably thin edge. Like this knife, because of how thin it's ground, I wouldn't dare to try to regrind this, you know, to full flat or convex. It just doesn't have enough metal here to convert this grind into the full flat or convex. So because it is nice and thin here, and you see how high the grind goes, it goes about halfway up. That means that the radius of the wheel was pretty small. It wasn't one of those big wheels, and that means quite a lot of resistance if you're actually cutting into something, if you're cutting through some kind of plastic. The first week I had it, I eat it every day, and I use it quite a lot, even on purpose. I was cutting stuff that I wouldn't normally cut. Just wanted to see how much resistance is in that hollow grind, and there was quite a lot of resistance. So yes, it is ground nice and thin, but because of how kind of steep the radius is, it has a lot of resistance. Also notice that it is ground like a slicer grind on the hinderer. So here it's lower, here it's higher. That means that the angle here is actually a lot steeper, and the edge is a lot thicker than here, because you end up in the same edge, same wheel, but this is shorter, this is longer. That means these angles have to be a lot steeper. So, you know, where you need to put, if you're using the knife regular, you know, if you were to whittle or something, or cut through something with the power cuts, this portion right here with the steepest angles, that's where you're gonna have the most resistance, and that's where you actually need to get the more power out of when you're doing power cuts. So kinda, I think that's why it's called slicer grind, because you have the most cutting capabilities towards the tip for slicing like that. Other than that, you know, it's a pocket knife, so it's not like you're gonna really abuse it and use it like that, where you really need to get the really high cutting performance from a knife. So not a big downside. Lock, perfect. This one is, you know, like 50% or something like that, about 50%, which is great because it has nice solid lock up. It's nice and sturdy. I don't have to worry about slipping or, you know, disengaging on that thing. It's rock solid. No play, no wiggle, no rug lock, nothing so far. It haven't been long since I had it, but it still holds pretty well. One thing what I don't understand about Striders is they use these really cool, I love them, those kind of like a chainring bolts, screws for the pivots. One thing what I don't understand, this is the show size side. Why they don't put this nice finish, this really clean looking bolt on this side? Kind of doesn't make sense, I don't know. I was talking to Jeff about it, and I think it's kind of weird. Me personally, I would put probably the really nice side here to the show side. G10, very nice, kind of like a bead blasted. I think it's bead blasted. I don't think this is sandblasted. Really cool finish. It actually has pretty decent texture to it, and it has really nice look. You see that grainy look, like the wood grain look. Very, very cool. Also, the titanium side has a nice texture to it because it has that milling job here. You see that I was talking about it when I showed you the anodizing play I had. It has, I don't know if you can hear it. It's not deep at all. It's absolutely not aggressive, but it still provides a little bit of texture, and you hear it. It's just like nice and smooth, but still give you really decent texture on it. Pocket clip, perfect. You know, there is nothing wrong with this pocket clip. It's nice, light, pretty low ride. You see how high up it goes, so it's pretty low ride. You still have enough knife sticking out to grab on something when you're pulling it out, and doesn't get in the way. There's no sharp corners or anything. One more thing, maybe what I would do differently. You know, you have this nice little mill out portion on the lock to get your finger there, even for this type disengaging. You know, it comes on both sides. On the G10 sides it's milled out, and it's also milled out on the titanium side. You see it there. Only thing is that the way they milled it out, this corner is still fairly sharp, so if you have sore thumb or something, if you have some kind of cut or something on your thumb, you can definitely feel it. So I would probably just take like a Scotch Brite or something, just round it off a little tiny bit more on that little relief here. At the same time, maybe it's on purpose, just like Spyderco says that they leave their spidey hole sharp, so you have a little more purchase there. So if you're using gloves or something, it gets, you know, it get caught on it a little bit more and give you, you know, a little better grip to disengage the lock. Overall, love it. Super simple construction. You know, you have just that main pivot that is really nice, big oversized pivot, and one standoff screw on the back that holds the pocket clip and the whole knife together. So you have two screws. Essentially you have two screws, and that's what makes the whole knife work. And there is the stop pin is inset in both sides, so you don't see it coming through on either side. And even though this is just the G10 side, there is no line or anything, it's still plenty strong. So really like this knife. Very functional, very cool looking. Pocket clip is only one position, only this spot right here, so tip up right hand. But that's kind of normal with these higher end knives. You don't really see a lot of pocket clip options on this type of knives. $375 as a price, kind of steep, but that's Strider, you know, you're buying the name just like with Sebenza. So guys, hope you enjoyed it. If you can afford it, if you like this knife, I recommend it. If not, there is still plenty other cool knives that are, you know, worth to buy and will do the job just fine. But I like it, I'm super happy. If I didn't get it as a gift, and knowing what I know now, I would probably buy it just because I am very happy with it. I really like it, so I would probably buy it even on my own, even though it's a lot of money. But I would definitely look around. I've seen this for $250 or, you know, way under $300 when you get lucky and you find something on the forums that is really heavily used, which is, you know, it's not gonna be nothing wrong with the knife, just some scratches. Not like it's gonna be a bad knife or something. So if you look around, you can get them a lot cheaper used, and then it's a really good buy. I would definitely go for one of those. So I hope you enjoyed, guys. Thanks for watching. Take care, stay safe, and remember, don't cut yourself.